Yo, Ski, what's up, everybody, man? Y'all know who I be. It's your man, who? CYGG, and I'm back with another gaming video. And today, I'm about to be talking about why we should all be worried about Madden 20 and NBA Live 20. Now, I understand that with Madden 20, there has been a lot of talk of updates such as being able to play coach mode and being able to play Pro Bowl and having a new face edit system in a game that has been well overdue within the last 5 to 6 years, because you know Madden has been using those same template faces since like Madden 12 or whatever. But in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys why we should actually be worried about Madden 20 and NBA Live 20. First off, I want to give a shout out to Eric Royweather, because after watching his video, it inspired me to make this video. Now, in the description below of the video was an article that was basically, you know, from the point of view of the developers of the game Anthem, basically talking about why the game performed so badly and what was one of those main reasons that the game performed so badly. Now, of course, a lot of people would say it would be because they were pressed for time and they had to be pushed to make such an incredible game in such a small amount of time. But one of the things that also played a huge factor in it was the Frostbite engine. Now, within this article, it says complicating these problems further was the fact that sometimes when the Anthem leadership team did make a decision, it could take weeks or even months for them to see it in action. There were a lot of plans, said a developer, where by the time they were implemented, it was a year later and the game had evolved. The explanation for this lag can be summed up in one word, a word that plagued many of EA studios for years now, most notably BioWare and the now defunct Visceral Games. A word that can still evoke a mocking smile or sad grimace from anyone who spent any time with it. That one word, of course, is Frostbite. Now, just from that one portion, as you guys can see, man, he said it can still evoke a mocking smile or sad grimace for anyone who spent any time with it. That word, of course, is Frostbite. That right there lets you know right now the gaming engine is a huge problem within itself. And it also says at the top it could take weeks or even months for them to see it in action. That right there shows us that right now, if the game is still running on Frostbite, there is still going to be a lot of huge problems out of this. And then it goes on to say that Frostbite is full of razor blades. One former BioWare employee told me a few weeks ago, amply summing up the feelings of perhaps hundreds of game developers who have worked at EA over the past few years. So in other words, even if we were to actually get good developers hired within this institution of game making, it would still be hard for them to actually give us a great quality game, because the engine and the tools that these guys are being given are not comparable to what they are actually willing or trying to put out to the public. This right here says a lot about the Frostbite engine even more. And the last part that I'm going to read is going to say, even today, BioWare developers say the Frostbite engine can make their jobs exponentially more difficult. Building new iterations on levels and mechanics can be challenging due to sluggish tools, while bugs that should take a few minutes to squash might require days of back and forth conversation. If it takes you a week to make a little bug fix, it discourages people from fixing bugs, said one person who worked on Anthem. If you can hack around it, you hack around it, as opposed to fixing it properly, said a second one. I would say the biggest problem I had with Frostbite was how many steps you needed to do something basic. Now, with that being said, now most of you guys would understand when I say this. Now, this year we had so many problems with Madden concerning blocking, concerning picking up certain blitzes and stuff like that. Those things weren't able to be addressed right away because of these problems concerning Frostbite engine. Now, if people don't really believe how effective the Frostbite engine is, I'm going to post some, gamer reviews compared to the company reviews, because we already know places like IGN, GameSpot, if you pay them enough money, they'll rate the game how they want to, whereas Metacritic allows the gamers to, use their rating system against the company's rating. Now, as you guys can see, Madden 15, before the Frostbite engine, was a highly rated game. Madden 16, although it dropped, was still a pretty good game. Madden 17. Now, Madden 17 was when they were using the ENGIINE engine. So, it kind of went down a bit. But in Madden 18, that's when the Frostbite came into full effect. And as you guys can see, it dropped dramatically. And then we have Madden 19. Madden 19 is the lowest of all of them. Now, if you guys see this trend, basically what it's saying is that Frostbite engine is going to make the game continuously get worse. Like, me personally, I am not a big fan of this, and this makes me worried about Madden 20 and NBA Live 20, because I have been playing NBA Live 19 and it is a fairly decent game, but so many people have so high hopes for the game. And right now, I don't think your hopes should be as high if you are seeing what Frostbite is actually allowing certain developers to actually put within the game. And a lot of people making video after video saying, yo, more Frostbite, Frostbite is going to do this, Frostbite is going to do that. No, EA has pushed you guys to believe that Frostbite is the answer to everything. Frostbite is not the answer to everything. Right now, we're looking like Chris Rock's mom off Everybody Hates Chris.
Because usually if something was wrong with one of us, my parents thought they could fix it with Robitussin. Ah! I burned my finger!
Oh, let me see, boy, let me see. I'll take some Robitussin.
It's like a tooth broke off.
I'll go get the Robitussin.
What? Mama, Chris just got hit by a car.
Oh my God, I'll go get the Robitussin.
And that's exactly EA's mindset to everything, just overly use Frostbite. And in this tweet I seen, it said, finally deleted Madden 19 off of my PS4. Madden 18 and Madden 19 have been some of the worst in the series. I'm probably not getting Madden 20 this year either. EA Sports keeps forcing the devs to use Frostbite engine. Most devs express that that's horrible. That's a horrible engine to develop. Now, he's not lying. And this is another tweet that stood out to me. It said, this is hardly new, but EA is throttling it. Oh my God, I can't say the word throttling its devs by forcing them all to use Frostbite engine. Sure, it's great with some shooters, but even then, Respawn snuck in Apex Legends without Frostbite, and look how the game has done. Games should use the best engine for that game. Now, this is a very true statement. The reason why this is such a very true statement is because if you see Apex Legends success, I mean, it clearly shows. I mean, actions speak louder than words and numbers don't lie. And right now, the money is raining in on Apex Legends because the developers, anytime they get a problem, they are able to go within the game and fix it fast. Even with the cheaters and the hackers being in the game, they were like so quick to eradicate all of them and be able to ban accounts in such a fast fashion. Like, yo, that's the route to go right there. And even then, that lets you know that Respawn knew that working with the Frostbite engine would not help Apex Legends. So with that being said, if Madden 20 and NBA Live 20 is going to be running on this game, and we've heard and we've read this from a developer themselves saying how long it takes to fix something so simple within the game, should we even be happy about this? Like, should we even be ecstatic about the fact that they are releasing Madden 20 or NBA Live 20 on the Frostbite engine? I don't care what you guys say. Of course, on, right now we get the playable Pro Bowl. Once again, we get the coach mode. Who cares about the coach mode when the problem with the game is the ability to have full control over the player? No one cares about calling plays when the big problem about the game stems from actually having control over the player. Now, you can talk about having a playable Pro Bowl, but what's the point of having a playable Pro Bowl if the game is not even playable? Like, we have to come to grips and be able to wait. I'm not getting hyped over Madden 20 this year. I'm not getting hyped over NBA Live 20 this year until I see actual progress from the Frostbite engine, because right now it's not looking too good for those games. Now guys, I want you guys to go down in the comments below and let me know, are you even happy about Madden 20 or NBA Live 20, knowing that they are releasing a game on this engine that plenty of developers are saying, you know, is not a good engine to release on? Now once again, like I said before, I do not see the developers being able to switch their whole engine around because the game is 4 months away, so they're not going to even have the time to be able to revamp the whole game because they're still adding things to the game, so they can't do a complete overhaul. So do you guys, you know, feel like, you know, the devs are being shortchanged having to operate on this engine? Let me know in the comments below, man. This is actually sad to find out, but until next time, it's your man Who, CYGG, and I'm out.